Jason, have you heard of this new term called micro retirement?
No, I feel like retirement itself is kind of a dream, not real.
Yeah, it is a dream for most. It's not real, especially for us. We grew up in the Grussel culture, the grind set
The
hustle,
grind set hustle.
the grind set hustle culture. Yes, but you know what? The newer generation is not taking that. They are doing this thing called micro retirement.
Micro retirement.
So, micro retirement, the new career trend rising among Gen Z.
Is that really a trend? Well, I guess so.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah. So, micro retirement. Many of you might not have heard of it,
I feel
but
like most people haven't heard of this. This is new to me.
so the thing is, Gen Z workers are paving the way for the next generation of workers by
Uh huh.
continuing to prioritize a healthy work life balance.
Okay.
So, very different from like what I've heard. It's like you need to hustle, you need to go and do like the
Do
most,
more.
do more, always do
Have two
more.
jobs,
Have
three
have
jobs.
have the grind set, have the hustle, have that Sigma mentality. Uh,
Yeah, Sigma grind set.
the Sigma grind set. Yeah, so they were set to outnumber baby boomers in the American workforce for the first time last year, shifting workplace dynamic and transforming the today's workplace culture. It has been estimated that 13% of retirees plan to re-enter the job market in 2025 in droves as the
Is it
movement.
because they're
Yeah, so
broke?
actually, the part of it, but as the movement known as the Great Retiree
Oh
Return
God.
rises, probably because they can't afford it.
Can't afford. I
They
mean,
can't. It's in this
nobody can afford
economy.
it. In this economy.
Yeah, so the rise of more
You did
younger
this to us.
employees are entering into micro retirement. But what do these age reversal trends mean? What is micro retirement, and what can employers do to accommodate to these opposing trends?
Micro
What do you
retirement.
think micro retirement is? Let me just ask you that. Like if you were to take your best guess.
Um, Maybe is it like a different term for like a sabbatical?
So actually, it's a little close to that.
Is it
Yeah.
actually like a sabbatical?
Yeah, so we'll get to what it actually is in a
Okay,
minute.
got
But
it.
before that, if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. We put out interesting content like this all the time, and we have a huge library of videos just like this. So if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. So, yeah, so micro retirement trend versus traditional retirement. So, Gary Thornton, the founder of Practice Aptitude Test, told me by email, this is not to me, but why micro retirement could be the way forward. Essentially, it's just going through and putting your well being above a job, essentially. So he explains that the younger generation have begun to normalize a heavier focus on well being and good work life balance.
Uh huh.
And with that comes the new career trend. He says that instead of waiting until retirement to travel the world, Gen Z are taking time between jobs to have a timeout. So like what
Oh,
you said,
interesting. So
yeah.
they're like quitting to
Um,
like go do stuff.
they're either taking they're taking a break, taking a sabbatical. They're going through and
Hmm.
you could say leaving their job, re-entering it later after they have what is it their mini break because for many you
Interesting.
know that you're going to be working until like you're 70, so why not enjoy the time now.
I guess the thing is, this breaks the traditional mindset of what the job market is willing to see on your record because a lot of times it'll like any type of break in employment that they want to know like what have you been doing
Yeah,
like you've been gone from the workforce for a year like
they
I don't
want to
know
know. Yeah.
a year plus and with anything like unless you're going and improving yourself through like schooling or getting like a master's degree or your bachelor's degree or some sort of education, it's always question like
Why did you take a
why
break?
did you do it? Like, is there something going on? And the whole thing is that like skills are like people get left behind really quick
In
because
the job
in the
market,
job
yeah.
market because it's
New skills
new
always coming
skills
out.
coming out and like
New technology.
new technology, especially in some sectors, is a big thing. So it to me it would be like very
Difficult.
difficult to unless you
Yeah.
had like something already lined up and or like saved that you could just go back to whenever.
Yeah, so it says whether it's time off to travel, to have a well deserved break from working, or to take up other passions, the micro retirement trend is the latest buzzword for corporate work. He points out younger people prioritize mental health, personal fulfillment, and meaningful experience over the singular focus of career longevity and progression, which is this is the biggest thing too.
The thing is that this is like
Yeah.
traditional like. So if we're going back to that, this is us talking or discussing this further. I think what we're seeing is that the Gen Z and Gen Alpha at the, like later on are going to be pushed more towards like this is like a European type of like thought because Europeans get a lot of days off and like
They do get a lot of days off. Yeah.
and it's not bad or good. I don't know. The thing is that Americans typically are extremely hardworking. Like they put
a ton,
a ton of
yeah.
hours
They
in,
do
and
put
it's
a
just
ton of
like,
hours.
but it's like always about like you were saying before the hustle culture, the always trying to move up. The American dream is always that one step ahead.
Yeah.
You get to the next like pay scale,
The
then
ladder,
you're like
the corporate ladder.
the corporate ladder, like
Yeah.
you move up, and then it's like okay, well, what's the next goal? It's always goal oriented in terms of like what. It's like a lot of times it's like business focused, like you want more cars, more money, more experiences, more everything. So it is definitely a shift in terms of this. And I don't know if I feel like a lot of times people are so focused on their jobs that they don't take vacations. And I think the idea of taking vacations is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
But I don't know if it would be good to
to
follow the trend to like the letter and actually leave the workforce for that long of a time
Yeah.
without going to like get a new skill.
Yeah, so he mentions that the social media has played a massive part in encouraging young people to take up micro retirement and amplify the desire to seize opportunities for memorable experience as they arise and to explore the world, pursue hobbies, or engage in passion projects while they're young and physically capable. This is what I always have heard a lot. It's like do it when you're young. Do things when you're young. Do things when you're able to do so, and just go explore the world. Go travel. It's like what they say: travel before you have kids.
It's very tough, I think, because it is a double-edged sword because a lot of times, maybe I'm just taking the devil's advocate on this one because if you look at it logically, it's like, oh, take the time when you're young to like try things and fail at things, but a lot of that advice is in terms of like starting a business or like doing the difficult things early on when you have more youth, more tolerance for risk.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do want to say this because Thornton suggests that taking a year off work might temporarily pause savings and extend life. Plus, it can significantly boost your overall retirement saving. He cites a recent survey of 6,000 people that reveal 45% of respondents expect to work past the average retirement age, which 3 in 4 are saying they have done little to no financial planning. He does.
How's that like a good thing?
So he's like looking into the statistics. It's evident that people are starting to acknowledge that they may work well into their 70s, which is why they are planning periodically rest rather than deferring all leisures to later in life. It also says, although it can be daunting to leave a career behind, Thornton emphasizes that the progression of technology in the past 10 years means that searching for jobs is far more streamlined. By the way, we have talked about...
That is the most nonsense. Well, maybe not the most nonsense, but it's like the more... Okay.
In this
I'm just
economy...
in this economy, yeah. No, okay. If you take this at face value, it's like, yes, it is easier to apply for jobs.
It is, yes, it is.
But that means there's more people applying to those same jobs. It's easier for everybody to apply. So
it's fiercely competitive out there.
If anything, it makes it more difficult because it is streamlined. Because you can just click one button and then you apply to 100 jobs.
You can. Some of these postings that I've seen on LinkedIn, they have like 100 plus people, 200 plus. A lot of these jobs are very, like, there's a bunch of people in demand. You try getting a remote role right now.
Impossible.
Almost impossible, yeah. So it is, yeah.
I don't know, yeah. I think
well, yeah,
maybe this person is like looking at it very glass completely full, not half full. It's like fully full. Like, yeah, a job will be there when you come back. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's not just you trying to get the, like
It's all the retirees.
all the retirees are trying to get jobs. The people who are just getting out of college are trying to get the jobs. The other people who took micro retirements and coming back out of micro retirement are trying to get jobs. People who are laid off
Yeah.
that are, like trying to find a new job. There's a lot of different groups all trying to get a job, and it's like,
So I do want to say that he says this has reduced the fear of, well, basically, like searching for a job is far more
momentum?
streamlined. This has reduced the fear of losing career momentum after a break. He asserts, although some who to participate in the micro retirement may intend to stop working for an extended period of time, for those who want to travel while keeping their savings intact, the rise of remote working since the pandemic means that the individuals can still maintain part-time or project-based work if they so desire. By the way, I will say these two are extreme. One is extremely hard to get, especially right now because companies want to kill it. And two is that project-based work is also very difficult to get.
yeah, that project-based work, I think, is very difficult because it involves a lot of work on the individual, because you're an individual contributor at that point, because you're like someone has a task for you to do. Like, I think one of the greatest examples is like video editing.
Yeah.
So you're producing videos and stuff, and it's on your own schedule, but you still have work.
Yeah.
However, it's very difficult and very competitive as well to get even that type of thing.
Yeah, there's also there's more to say, but I do want to go through this very last thing. It's like the great retiree return versus the micro retirement, and it says while Gen Z are taking micro retirement, baby boomers are leaving retirement and returning to the workforce in droves. Why? Because yeah, for 13% of the retirees planning to re-enter the workforce in 2025, it's financial pressures like rising living costs, 69%,
Yeah.
non-medical debt, 34% are key drivers. Beyond financial stability, returning to the work office offers retirees social benefits, a renewed sense of purpose, and opportunities to slow down without having to throw in the towel. Yeah, this guy Milford points it out that retirees bring generational diversity to the workplace. She underscores that this enhances collaboration and innovation within teams, plus younger employees gain access to wisdom and experience of older colleagues. This is a whole nother like group that you have to compete with
Yeah.
now. So it is hard to basically take a break, and I feel like it's continuous.
I don't, I really don't think that it's like a good career decision to take like a year off, unless you're going and like taking a year off to go and I mean get another skill or something, because
Yeah.
I mean there are ways to take time off.
There's ways to take time off. They also do mention this is actually the very final thing, because they say as companies navigate these generational transitions, experts argue that it's crucial to reshape traditional workplace practice and create environments where both baby boomers and Gen Z can thrive.
But like, how about us?
Yeah, so to accommodate the unique needs
Okay.
of retirees, employers should consider offering flexible roles such as part-time or project-based positions. I will say that
But then
people want benefits.
yeah, people want benefit. Well, the thing is that, you know what? Maybe this is the way, because a lot of times people are, the companies are trying to
Cut costs.
cut costs and optimize in terms of like that. And I mean, if you're willing to take part-time work and not get medical benefits or anything like that, which is a pretty big thing, at least in the United States, to have some kind of healthcare, because healthcare can really
Yeah,
make or break you.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. But I would want to know from our audience what they think about this, what they think about this micro trend, and what they think about
don't know.
the baby boomers coming back into the workforce, because they are coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. My thought is that I think this was written from like a place of like whoever wrote this seems to have like a really good job, or they're in a like stable place where they could make these things like, oh yeah, you can just return whenever.
They
It's
might
like
have a remote job.
they might have a remote job, or like I mean they're writing an article, so if they're a writer, you could probably do that wherever.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that like a lot of different jobs it would be very difficult, and I think
To take a year off? Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
as long the other one is that like if it's like not some people, okay, my last thought is that a lot of people do have a year break, but it's a year break unexpectedly because they can't find another job.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's like, oh, they get laid off, and then a lot of
Uh,
these times, like their jobs are so specific or competitive enough that they just can't find another position. It's
Yeah.
been like a year.
And technology moves so fast, like you don't even know if your job is going to be automated in the future. So you might not be able to come back to anything, and you might not grow with the moving technology. But I mean, that's
Yeah, I mean, it's being seen a lot in like the tech field where a lot of people are displaced because
yeah.
they
So
just can't find a position.
yeah, but let us know your guys' let us know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below.